Welcome back, baseball fans, to another episode of the Vegas 9 Ball, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, here in October 2025. And without further ado, let's get to the Vegas 9 Ball for today. First card is a 1982 Donruss, Lou Whitaker, Sweet Lou Whitaker. It's a nice looking card of Lou standing outside the batting cage. And of course, Lou was a big part of those Tigers teams in the mid-'80s. In 1984, the Tigers would win the World Series, and Lou Whitaker and Alan Trammell were a big part of that. And Lou's one player that probably should be in the Hall of Fame. His double play partner, Alan Trammell, is in the Hall of Fame. But Lou Whitaker actually has more home runs than Alan Trammell. And Trammell, believe it or not, had more stolen bases than Lou Whitaker. But you could have fooled me with that. And yeah, Lou Whitaker is a player who probably should be in the Hall of Fame, probably will get elected eventually by the Veterans Committee. But this is a nice looking shot of a young Lou Whitaker here, 1982 Donruss with the mesh uniforms for the Tigers. Sweet Lou. We'll put him here for his eventual election into the Hall of Fame. Next card is an Eric Munson, Fleer Ultra. Eric Munson was a big prospect for the Tigers. Turn around. Yeah, rated by Baseball America as the Tigers' #1 prospect. Eric Munson has great power and could push Tony Clark to the DH role in 2001. Of course, Eric Munson never quite panned out. I guess, as they would say in Kingpin, he was Munson. He got Munson. So, yeah, he had a short career in the big leagues, but never developed into that #1 prospect pedigree. And, yeah, here he is, Eric Munson. I guess he got Munson. Kind of petered out with his career. Next card is a Clint Hurdle. Clint Hurdle is a big-time prospect for the Royals. And he was a high draft pick and had a lot of power potential, but I could never get past injuries. And, of course, later on he'd go on to manage. And he managed the Rockies and a few other teams. But yeah, Clint Hurdle, good baseball guy, one time, big time prospect. But much like Eric Munson before him, never really lived up to his potential. But he's a good baseball man and will go on to manage. And I just like to listen to his interviews. Clint Hurdle, good baseball man. Put him on a stand, Clint Hurdle. Nice looking card. Next card is a Donnie Baseball. This is a 1991 Upper Deck Donnie Baseball. Here he's laced a base hit through the right side and getting ready to run down to first base. And, of course, Donnie Baseball, one of the best players in the 1980s before injuries, kind of cut short his promising career. The pride of Evansville, Indiana, Don Mattingly. And here he is, a nice in-action shot for the Yankees in the early 90s. Donnie Baseball. Down on the stand. Next card is a Ryan Howard. Here he is rounding the bases after a long round tripper from the Southwest Airlines sign. And yeah, Ryan Howard was one of the best power guys in baseball for a long time in the early 2000s. And yeah, big time power hitter, MVP candidate several years for the Phillies. And here he is, rounding the bases after a round tripper. Ryan Howard, great power hitter. Next card is a Milt Pappas. Milt Pappas was a good pitcher for a long time for several teams. And, of course, he pitched for the Cubs for a short while, where he pitched a no-hitter for the Cubs in the early 70s. And here he is, I believe in the late 60s for the Reds. And this looks like 1967. And yeah, it's career win-loss after about 9 years in the league was 122 and 85. So several games over 500. His ERA 3.36. So yeah, really good pitcher. And he pitched for the Cubs for the short time in the early 70s. Milt Pappas threw a no-hitter for the Cubs. We'll put him on the Cubs stand. Milt Pappas. It's a nice looking card. Our next card is Chris Bryant. Of course, he's a Cubs legend and a Las Vegas legend. Here he is for the Giants. And the Cubs would trade him to the Giants after he won the Rookie of the Year with the Cubs and also an MVP the following year. And we just thought he was going to be a Cub forever and kind of was derailed by injuries, back problems. But one time thought he was going to be one of the best players to ever play the game. Unfortunately, injuries caught up with him. But this is a nice looking Topps Chrome card for the Giants. And then after this year, after he played for the Giants, he was signed by the Rockies to a long-term deal, and he just hasn't been on the field, unfortunately, for the Rockies. And we'll always appreciate Chris Bryant, Las Vegas legend, and great rookie season, followed by an MVP season for the Cubs. MVP when the Cubs won the World Series in 2016. Chris Bryant, Las Vegas legend, put him on the Cubs stand. Next card is another former Cubs player, Fernando Rodney. He closed for the Cubs for a short time. And here's an all-star, Topps all-star card here, playing for the Marlins. And you see how he has his hat cocked to the side. He always wears his hat cocked to the side like that as an homage to his father, who was a fisherman. He said his father always wore his hat like that, depending on which side the sun was on. And so that's how he wore his hat, cocked to the side like that. Of course, after he would complete the save, he would always shoot the arrow up to the sky. I think that might have been for his father as well. So yeah, Fernando Rodney, always a gamer. I enjoyed him when he played for the Cubs, and we'll put him on the Cubs stand for a short time as a Cubs closer. And I always enjoyed watching him pitch. Very competitive, good closer, Fernando Rodney. And the last card here is a Sean Dunston, 1982 #1 draft pick card. And yeah, Sean would have many years the Cubs starting shortstop. Very exciting player. When I started collecting, this is the card that really got me into it. I was always looking for this card. It took me a long time to get it, and I finally got it. And I still have it. And here it is, the 1982 #1 draft pick. I believe this is out of the 1985 Topps set. And yeah, out of Brooklyn. This is the card that got me going and collecting. Sean Dunston. And enjoyed his time as a double play partner with Ryan Sandberg with the Cubs. Cannon of an Arm, #1 overall draft pick. Sean Dunston. Definitely deserves a spot on the Cubs stand. And that will conclude the Vegas 9 ball for today. Appreciate you watching. Hope to bring you back. Take care, and God bless.